Hello everyone, I'm Nadhila Iffa Zakira, the current global intern for Res Artis, worldwide networks of art residencies. Res Artis has over 650 members in 80 countries. We support art residency programs that range from tiny grassroots organizations to major institutions. We work as the leading advisory body in the global arts residency field, ensuring that the field remains sustainable, inclusive, and professional. We are interested in connecting personally with our members and learning about the possibilities and challenges of their programs. Today, I'm speaking from our global Australian headquarters on Wurundjeri Woi-wurrung country in Melbourne, and I'm joined by Dito and Mira from Cemeti in Yogyakarta, Indonesia. Cemeti Institute for Art and Society is the oldest platform for Indonesia contemporary art based in Yogyakarta, founded in 1988. Cemeti provides a dynamic platform for artists and cultural practitioners to explore, present, and refine their work through exhibitions, workshops, talks, and publication. The gallery hosts a 3 month Artist in Residence program twice annually and fosters collaboration between artists, curators, activists, and local communities. Hi, Dito and Mira.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. You want to introduce yourself?
Okay. Hello. My name is Tito Yuwono, and I'm one of the directors, newly appointed directors of Cemeti Institute for Art and Society.
And my name is Mira Asriningtyas. I'm also one of the newly appointed director for the Cemeti of Art and Society.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Yeah. So moving on to the first question. So I'm very curious, as a long-standing organization, do you mind to explain the overall program of Cemeti Art Residency? And which program do you think is the most interesting and why?
Okay. Cemeti Institute itself, we already started the residency program since 2006, if I'm not mistaken. So it's already been there quite a long. Well, at first, it's since the beginning, we are trying to kind of connect and also share the knowledge between the local artists, but also the artists from abroad to experience here in Indonesia. But also several times we also did an exchange in which not only the abroad artists from abroad coming to our site, but also artists from Indonesia going to other countries. So for us, it's very important to get connected and also to understand different contexts, socio-political and also historical context of another country, but also at the same time, some of our own like local Indonesian artists also learn a lot during the residency. And if we have to say which one is the best one, it's kind of difficult because each has their own challenge, and each collaboration also has a lot of different type of collaboration. So I think each one is quite interesting for itself. Yeah. Do you have anything else?
No, that's good. Yeah.
So the idea is to collaborate between like global and local talents. Is that right?
Yeah. Sure.
Oh,
Sure.
okay. I think it's connected to my other question, my second question, because its Cemeti programs emphasize the cultural exchange between the artists and local community. How do you manage to make a program out of it, and how do you think the artist has engaged with the program so far?
So for each edition, we usually have a short introduction to the art scene. So we bring the artists, both the Indonesian and the artists from elsewhere, to go around for studio visit to Yogyakarta artists and also institution. So the first 2 weeks usually is pretty rigid with the programming. So they're busy getting to know the city, getting to know the people, the scene, for example, before working on their particular project. So that's what's usually how. And then the first month, usually we have the artists to do artist talk to explain, to introduce themselves, especially for the to the society. And at the end of it, they will have another public program for introducing their work and their finding during their time in Indonesia. So that's usually how it goes. And the time in between is really their moment to do that. And I think Yogyakarta is a perfect place for that because it's very casual, but also very generous in a way.
And also, we do encourage the collaboration between the artists, the collaboration between the not only between the artists but also the community or the scene here in Yogyakarta. But at the same time, we also appreciate if they decided to like more engage with the studio kind of based practice in a way. So we are in this case, the residency program itself quite open in terms of the selection of the practice of the artists that participated. But yeah, well, Indonesia is quite known as like the collective, like, and also very social and political, driven in a way in artistic practice. So we are quite encouraged to work in that.
Yeah, it's very interesting to hear that you are really emphasizing in social politic of Indonesia and also especially local to Yogyakarta. Why do you think that is very important to, I mean, for global artists to come to Indonesia and learn about the social politic in there?
It's 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 important to understand the context where they based for during the residency, but it's not necessarily that they have to work on that particular social political. It's just to give the knowledge, to give the understanding what they encounter with, so that they won't be, sometimes it can be very overwhelming uh, uh, with all this information, but also it can be tricky if you don't know anything about it. So, it's always giving a proper introduction is a must for us, but at the same time, it's not necessarily that you have to work on that because also it can be tricky where it's not your place to to delve more into a political because it can go, you know, uh, a lot of trajectory that you might not know a lot.
Yeah, yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
So yeah, that's the answer.
Yeah, I mean it's very interesting to to facilitate the collaboration between local and also the artist in residency as well. So, how do you think the artist has engaged to the program so far? Like how they respond to the local communities? How did they express in their work?
Well, each artist is connecting differently. So that's uh, that's what we can say. Because we have done this for years, for many years. So, and we have hosted quite a lot of artists throughout the years. So I think each of them connect differently. Yeah, we cannot make a generalization on how the artists connect to the local. Yeah.
And also we choose it also differently each time. I mean, like the one, for example, like the easiest way to put it, the one who work here also has their own, like practice, so that it drive it give the specific selection during that time, and also the our own practice. I mean, like artistic practice in general in Indonesia also shifting from one time to another. So we also try to connect with that kind of context. So yeah, so the engagement, of course, will be completely different one to another because how we choose it already different from the beginning.
So throughout the years, throughout the artists and projects that you oversee, what do you think the most, probably not the most successful, but the most interesting, or maybe the most, memorable that you can share in here?
Maybe for me personally,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
most interesting thing for this program is that we are able to run it almost 20 years only for this particular program. Since 2006 until now, it's already 18 years then that we are able to run it, constantly. And then, although with all the challenge, even with the pandemic situation, we can manage to handle it after. It's for me, that's the like
Successful part.
the successful part of this program.
Yeah, but again, I think it's difficult to pinpoint one work or something like that.
Because it's been 20 years already.
Yeah, and also each time it's different, so you cannot compare it. The context, the everything changed also each time. So
And each one has their own success in its way.
mm,
Do you think, because like you said, the context is changing every time, do you think it's difficult to adapting, or do you have any, any kind of any way to adapt to the context that changing every time?
I mean, it's naturally. I mean, like if you are part of the community, you are part of the scene, and then you're an observant, then it's naturally that you also realize that the shifting and also how to get connect more into this particular changes. It's very natural for us as an institution because we also part of the change itself and part of the one who changed. It's kind of that. So it's very natural.
Mm. Yeah, and also you mentioned about pandemic before. So, what is the challenge and opportunity that you face so far, especially after COVID? Or maybe you can also talk about the situation during the pandemic and how Cemeti, face it and finally is, you know, um, still running even after the pandemic.
How?
Maybe the challenge, of course. The challenge, of course.
Because
There are
mobility is
there are a
restricted.
lot of restriction of mobility to invite person and then or to be invited. Like the mobility, the idea of mobility itself has already changed. During the pandemic, we thought that it will also change after the pandemic because we don't know when is the after.
Yeah.
The aftermath of the pandemic. But turns out we kind of adapt, and then we decided not to have this situation anymore in general in Indonesia. I think in 2023, I think we declared that we don't really have this kind of situation anymore, and then it's open again. And turns out the mobility changed again into the one that we had before. So I think, well, it's the same. I mean, like the same. It's
The same
easy,
pattern.
yeah. The same pattern with before, but at the same time, in some people's mind, the idea of mobility itself, is already changed also.
Yeah, I think the art world rushed back to the mobility pretty quickly after the pandemic.
Oh, so it's just changed back to the way before.
Yeah, before.
Yeah.
What did you do during the pandemic? Did you hold the residency program or you just like pause?
I think we hold some residency, of
Mhm.
course, because we cannot have someone to live here because we don't have the respond. I mean, like, we're afraid during that time, and also the responsibility to like to invite someone here to live here. It's quite huge,
Yeah.
but we still do have a lot of exhibitions, some exhibition here, but only for local Indonesia.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
Uh,
also the mobility around Indonesia, but that's after like Rimpang Nusantara is
yeah, it's kind of
yeah.
2022,
Yeah,
like
so
late phase of the pandemic. We already started again. And then I think we already had some uh, residency from abroad earlier last year.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, from
in
2000.
2023.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. What are the challenges and opportunities that you face other than pandemic situation?
Challenges and opportunities.
Well, the opportunity, of course, we can work a lot with our own local context, Indonesian context. I mean, not only Yogyakarta, but we can look more into Indonesian context, like because we are, uh, like the size of the country itself is already quite big. So sometimes we forgot to to get connected with other part of Indonesia. So I think the pandemic gives us a chance to see closer to our own Indonesian context, yeah,
Mm.
geographical context. The
Mm.
challenge always the mobility, and also the mobility is the challenges.
Mm.
Even though it's in the same country, but again we're archipelago. We still have to fly over one to another.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Mm. Of course, and also because you have been restructured, I heard from because like you're
Mhm.
the newly appointed directors. Do you want to like share something about the restructuring of Cemeti and why the background of the restructure and to share about the others?
Um, well, it's a cycle, so it's already the cycle for the chains. So we are appointed recently in earlier this year. So we moved back to Indonesia to do this directorship for Cemeti. And our plan for the future is we have a 3 stages plan, which we will be published soon about this plan. But in general, the first stage would be around the notion of learning together and learning with each other. So that will be the first stage. The second stage would be around solidarity and planetary justice, and the third stage will be around the notion of a world where many world fits, and all of which will be under the umbrella of constellation of friendship. It's the method that we are planning to use, which basically working along with in a partnership that is equal and
Caring,
caring,
caring each other.
yeah, with intimacy.
With intimacy.
So I think those parts are really important. And
And also uh, by using the word friendship, we also acknowledge the other knowledge, because the world operates, in many different contexts. So each context has its own knowledge, and then by using the term of friendship, we, acknowledge this situation.
yeah, so we choose that term instead of using network, for
Network.
example, or connection, for
Yep.
example. Yeah,
And also to avoid the extractive, tendency of network, for example. Network, it's just networking.
yeah.
Always.
But friendship, you have particular care
Yeah.
with each other, and you understand that each different organization or different artists or curators, collaborators, all of them are within the equal position.
Yeah, I love the term friendship. It sounds very caring and like warm to hear. And you have yeah, like you said before, like instead having a network, it's nicer to have a friends. So yeah, I love it. And thank you for sharing about the future.
Thank
Um
you.
yeah, and also talking about the future, how do you see art scene in Indonesia or in Jakarta for the future? And probably how Cemeti would like to contribute to the future?
Well, yeah, I mean, like, we always see Indonesian in general, the art scene, it's very active, and also it's very diverse. So, well, it's Indonesia, it's quite big, so the practice is quite diverse in terms of each area has its own. So, we are very, excited about this, and also, again, back to the constellation of friendship, it's also happening in Indonesia. We are not only imagining it, like abroad or a bigger world, but also in Indonesia itself to get connected and then to understand more about these practices will be quite important for us and will be give us a lot of things to think about.
Yeah, and I think for a while now, Cemeti is no longer seen as an alternative space because it's no longer the alternative. It's already the what is seen to be an established institution, almost considered as public, but not really. But then this positioning is very important. Realizing that the position of Cemeti is within the art scene itself is no longer in its own. So we really have to connect to the other, something like that. So yeah.
To making connection, yeah, and also like friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think because like I've read about Cemeti in many academic journals actually. So yeah, I think Cemeti has established itself as an institution that support Indonesian art contemporary, especially in Yogyakarta. I mean, you guys work are really amazing. So yeah, I'm very excited to see what Cemeti have in the future. So yeah,
Thank you.
I think we're coming to the last question. How do you hope Res Artis contributes to the practice of your residency program? Maybe what do you hope Res Artis will contribute to your practice in the future, or maybe yeah.
In general, Res Artis, like a very effective to be the hub of the information, especially about, of course, about the residency. So I believe a lot of people also joining or searching the residency through the website. Uh, so in regards to that, I think it's also necessarily uh, to see how Res Artists also can, bring a lot of friends,
Yeah.
bring us a lot of friends in the future. So which might we are very excited about.
Yeah. But also mostly because of that, it's a hub for informations and yeah, open calls and where artists will get connected.
To give a proper information.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think
I
Res
think that
Artis? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Do you think there's anything that Res Artis can improve from what we've been doing so far? Do you think there's room for improvement or advice?
well,
Maybe stay updated with the latest direction, especially the latest direction of artistic direction of each of the art institution. So continuous update on the profile, for example, continuous update on the website and information. I think that's really important. And yeah,
Include to have this kind of conversation.
Yeah.
You know, to give the idea of the latest information about who runs this the institution and then what the future institution will look like. You know, the kind of thing. Having this kind of conversation, of course, will help.
it matters. Yes.
Thank you very much. I said last question, but probably this will be the last question. Do you want to add something? Because like I saw that you have an open call for the residency for like maybe after Lebaran. Yeah.
No, we actually have the residency at the moment.
Oh,
So yeah, there is a residency ongoing at the moment.
Maybe the one that you saw is the one that the open
next
call
year.
for Netherlands-based artists, which which already closed at the moment.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, soon we will have another.
Yeah, so that the last open call is for the Netherlands artists next year, but for the current artists in residence, we are having them at the moment here from the Netherlands and from Indonesia. They are in the process of making their work at the moment.
Oh, that's really great to hear. Yeah, oh my God. Thank you very much for your time today. Do you want to add anything to Res Artis, Res Artis audience in YouTube channel? So, in general.
Just follow us on our social media and also to get updated for our information, and then just
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
bye bye.
Bye-bye.